Kristen Aguirre is learning how to brew her own beer and wine this morning. Tough job.
Oh, tough job. I'd like to be her. What's going on, Kristen?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am learning how to brew my own beer this morning. And if you want to learn how you can do that, this is your segment today. So you guys have been here. I am with Donna and Michael Kramer, and who've had a business here in Quincy, and they've been here for 7 years, but you have a new addition to everything.
Yes, we do. We started the brew line about a month ago, Max Home Brew. It's lots of fun. We have all the equipment to make beer, wine, all the ingredients, special yeast, and we can help you with any trouble spots you might have too.
Why did you guys decide to kind of add this to your business?
Well, we've enjoyed making our own beer and wine for quite some time, and we didn't have anywhere to buy our own ingredients and things, so well, we'll just offer that for everybody that comes in.
And so the process is really simple.
It really is pretty simple. You can just go out in your backyard and pick your apples, add some water and some yeast, and in a few months you have some delicious wine. And
in the months that you guys have been here, sales have been up.
There's already a lot of home brewers in town. There's a lot of people who like to make their own wine. Mm-hmm.
And so basically the things that you need are just kind of something to ferment everything and
right. This is the basic equipment. We have this is our vino vessel, and then that's our primary fermenter. It's where you put all your fruit in a bag with water, sugar. Then after a few days, you move that into the secondary vessel, and you can just watch it bubble up and brew. It's really fun to watch, and the little airlock bubbles. And then after about 3 months, what you call rack it again into another one to help clear, and then you bottle and cork.
And you can also make your own beer, and you were talking a little bit about the taste.
Well, the taste of beer, craft beer, once you start making your own craft beer, you just can't go back to the pale Budweiser. Michael's really our big brew guy, our big beer man. I'm the wine girl myself.
Perfect. Well, I am also a wine girl, and so coming up later in the show, we are going to show you how to exactly use these ingredients and the fermenter here.
We'll see you shortly. Kristen Aguirre is brewing up something fun this morning.
Oh, yeah. She's live in Quincy learning how to brew beer and wine. Kristen, what are you up to?
Talking about one of my favorite things, wine. And now we are going to learn how to actually ferment it by ourselves. So how does this work? I'm with Donna Kramer, who owns a business here in Quincy, Max Brewery. So what do we need to first get started?
Well, the first thing you need is your equipment. So you need a primary fermentation vessel, which we call our vino vessel. In the old days, it was an old ceramic crock. That's where you're going to put your fruit, your juice, your sugar, and your yeast to cook, I guess, for the first week or so. You'll want a hydrometer so you can measure the sugar content, and that will tell you your alcohol content later, and we all want to know how strong it is, right? You might need a bag for your fruit. You'll need a secondary fermenter. So after it cooks in here for about a week, you'll want to use a siphon hose to move at that time it's called must. You'll move that into the secondary fermenter. You'll also want a corker, and of course corks for your wine bottles. Sanitizer, because cleanliness is definitely next to godliness. You want to keep everything really clean. If you're stopping your grapes, you want to sanitize your feet first, okay?
And this all looks very intimidating, but really it's very simple. It's basically moving the wines back and forth.
After a while, the sediment will fall out, like you can see here. So you want to move that off of that sediment so it will continue to clear and be nice and crystal clear at the end.
And how long does the process take?
It kind of depends on if you use a juice or if you're using fruit. The wine ingredient kits only take about 2 months. Mango wine can take a year to process to be totally done for bottling.
And that's definitely one of the pros of making your own wine, is that you can make whatever kind you want using any type of fruit that you want. So coming up later in the show, we're going to show you some special recipes so that you can get your wine tasting the best.
Here on KHQA This Morning, we'd like to bring you the news that matters to you. Kristen Aguirre learns how you can brew beer and wine right in your own home.
Yes, that's right. Kristen, we checked in with you. You were talking about wine the last time. What are we talking about this time?
With Donna Kramer here, one of the owners of Max Home Brewery, and she is going to give us some details on how you can make your own wine at home using just the simplest ingredients. So what do we need here, Donna?
Well, we like to recommend an ingredient kit that is made by wine experts, processed. It makes about 30 bottles, 6 gallons of wine. It's great for newbies to learn the process, and plus it's great wine. Even seasoned brewers like to use it. You can use any.
What exactly is in this kit?
There's juice in this kit, the yeast, all the instructions you need, the clarifiers, French oak, if there's seasoning for that. And you can really get a quality wine with the kits.
So this is like Napa Valley kind of wine you were saying, right?
Napa Valley kind of wine. And like I said, it makes 6 gallons, so a little over 30 bottles.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave now. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so what's next?
Well, you can also go to the store and buy fruit, or frozen fruit is great, or concentrates.
So this is a puree, correct?
Yes, and these are processed just for wine too, when you buy them here, but you can just go to the grocery store, or you can get anything out of your yard. We had extra tomatoes this year after doing 40 quarts canned. We decided we would do some tomato wine. So this one is just a straight tomato wine, and then we mixed a grape concentrate just from the grocery store with this one so that it would be a little bit more red.
So what we have here is we have a garden wine right here, and then we have store that you can get whatever at the store.
And it has tomatoes in it too. Make your own blends if you want. Cranberries are really good in wine, taste really good. Your apple trees, your pear trees, of course grapes if you have them growing.
Well, unfortunately, it's not afternoon, so I'm not going to taste this wine. Maybe I'll come back after work. Yeah. But after we have all our ingredients, we just go ahead and throw them into that fermenter?
That's right. You just throw everything in the bucket here, let it cook for about a week, and then you put it in the secondary. You use a racking tube to siphon it in, and of course we have a corker for the corks. We have a nice to bottle your wine, there's a little gadget here that you can put it in, this little thing in the bottom. We'll let the wine fill your bottle. When it comes up to here, you lift it out, and it's perfectly set at the level for your wine and your cork to go in.
Well, that sounds perfect. So if wine really isn't your thing, don't worry. Beer is coming up, and after the break and a little in the later. Oh, hello, I've had one too many. Just kidding. Coming up later in the show, we're going to show you how you can make your own beer at home.
Right, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and Kristen has a look at the beer at Beer 30. Set your watch.
Tomato wine? I've never heard of it before. I'm kind of intrigued, honestly.
Sounds healthy. Here's Kristen Aguirre.
Well, I am loving my job this morning. I'm talking all about how you can make wine and beer from the comfort of your own home. With me now is Michael Kramer from Max Home Brew. So we're talking about wine earlier before. Beer's a little different.
A little bit different with beer. Beer, you're actually doing a little cooking. You got a little cooking involved. You're going to spend about an hour at the stove, just following instructions and going through the process. You're not going to be able to go to the grocery store and buy ingredients like you can for wine with beer. You have a kit that has all your ingredients in it, and you just go through it. You cook your wort, and you still go into a similar process, going into a primary. But most of the time, you'll just go straight from your primary to like a bottling bucket, and you'll just go right to the bottle from there.
And what are these ingredients that come in the kit?
Well, you got malt, different kinds of malt extracts. You got whole grains involved, your yeast, and anything else you might need in it. Your hops.
You have more ingredients than wine, and it does involve a little cooking, but making your own is still relatively simple.
Yeah, it's just a matter of following instructions, and it's really not difficult, and it's really relatively fast compared to making wine, too.
And so you guys have had your business here for almost 7 years. Why did you guys decide to kind of bring this new aspect to it?
Well, the home brew popularity has been really gaining in recent years, and there's nobody in this area offering that to clientele, so we thought it'd be a good thing to offer to Quincy and the surrounding area.
Mm-hmm. And super, super easy. What are some, I know you were talking in between breaks about the different tastes that you can go off of kind of what you like.
Right. There's a lot of different varieties of beer available, and once you start drinking what they call craft beers, basically, you just won't really want to go back to drinking the regular off-the-shelf beer. It's just such a better, flavorful experience.
All right, great. Coming up later in the show, we are going to talk to you about some other ways you can, types of beers you can make, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
If there's one thing I've learned from Kristen's segments from this morning so far, if you want your husband to get in the kitchen, Have him start making his own beer, because that is one way to get him in there.
Get a brewery. That would be an interesting There is an estimated 1 million home brewers in the United States.
Kristen Aguirre is live this morning at Max Home Brew in Quincy, learning how you can become one of them. Kristen?
Homebrew, learning how you can make your own beer and wine. With me now is Donna Michael Kramer from Max Homebrew. All morning we've been talking about it. Super simple.
The beer kits make about 50 bottles of beer, so they're cost effective. They have a nice craft beer, high quality beer that runs just less than $1 a bottle. And the beer or the wine kits, they're high quality wine. You get 30 bottles of wine. They run just less than around average $3 a bottle.
And the quality of making these at home, it's great because you're actually kind of saving money and you're getting to kind of taper to what you like.
Right. You know what the ingredients are, and it's fun. It is really a lot of fun.
And so if someone wanted to come and purchase kind of all of this together, what would be the price range looking at?
Well, it's a little bit of an investment, especially for the equipment kits. They run $80 to $120. The beer kit and beer wine kits, like a nice ingredient kit, will be about $100. But this week, if you purchase an equipment kit and a ingredient kit, either beer or wine, we'll give you 10% off. We're at the corner of 5th and Lynn. It's 836 North 5th Street.
And purchasing these, kind of putting your money into it, would you both say worth it?
Oh, it's really worth it. It's great. It's great tasting, high quality. I mean, where can you get Napa Valley wine for $3 a bottle?
And again, everything is your own taste. Everything's your own.
And it's so much fun to make. It really is. When the bottles are ready, or when the carboys are ready to bottle, they glow. They just glow.
All right. And we covered this all morning. Super easy as well.
Yes, it is. It's very easy to do. We really have a lot of fun doing it, and we hope you do too.
All right, so if you're interested in staying at home in the comfort of your own house and brewing your own beer or wine, make sure you check out some of these kits.
All right, fun to make and probably fun to drink as well.